A few days ago, next driver. Jesse Love will take over the No. 21 Ford Mustang, beginning with the 2027 season. He will start his full-time Cup career at the Daytona 500, in one of the most iconic seats in the history of American motorsport. And if you don't know his story yet, minus you are about to, because it is one of the best origin stories NASCAR has produced in years. Jesse Love is 21 years old. He is from Menlo Park, California, and he has been winning races since before most of the people reading about him this week knew his name. At age 16 years old, Jesse Love became the youngest champion in the history of the ARCA Series West. The youngest in the history of the series. That is not a participation award, that is a record. In 2023, he moved up to the full ARCA Series. He won 10 races out of 20 starts, 10 wins in a single ARCA season at 18 years old. He won the 2023 ARCA Series Championship. Then he made a move that caught people off guard. Love had been in the Toyota development pipeline, minus the same program that has produced drivers like Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr. He left it. He signed with Richard Childress Racing, switched to Chevrolet, and moved up to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. In 2024, his first full O'Reilly season, he earned Rookie of the Year. In 2025, he won the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Championship. At 20 years old, youngest champion in ARCA West history, ARCA National Champion, O'Reilly Series Champion. And now for 2027, he is switching manufacturers again, minus this time to Ford, minus to drive the No. 21 for Wood Brothers Racing. 3 manufacturers in his young career: Toyota, Chevrolet, now Ford. That is unusual. It also tells you that Wood Brothers Racing and Team Penske, minus, who have a technical alliance, minus, wanted Jesse Love badly enough to make it happen. Now let's talk about what the No. 21 seat actually is, because Jesse Love is not just getting any Cup Series ride, he is getting one of the most historically significant seats in the entire sport. Wood Brothers Racing was founded in 1950 by Glenn and Leonard Wood. That is 76 years of continuous Cup Series competition. The team surpassed 100 wins in NASCAR's Premier Series during the 2025 season. Among the drivers who have competed in the No. 21, David Pearson, who won 43 races for the team, Cale Yarborough, Neil Bonnet, A.J. Foyt, Kyle Petty. In 1992, Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500 inches, the No. 21 Wood Brothers Ford at just 21 years old. In 2011, Trevor Bayne won the Daytona 500 inches, the No. 21 Wood Brothers Ford at wait for it, minus 21 years old. The Wood Brothers have written history with 21-year-old drivers at the Daytona 500 twice. Before Jesse Love is 21 years old, he starts his Wood Brothers career at the Daytona 500. The spotter is not saying history is going to repeat itself, but the pattern is right there and it cannot be ignored. The team also has significant advantages beyond the history. The Penske Technical Alliance means Love will have access to some of the best engineering infrastructure in NASCAR. Ford Racing support means factory-level resources. And Wood Brothers President John Wood had this to say about the signing. Jesse has accomplished a lot at a young age. He's demonstrated the ability to win races, compete for championships, and handle the expectations that come with racing at a high level. We're looking forward to giving him the opportunity to take the next step in his career with the No. 21 team. And Jesse Love himself, in his own words, "Words can't describe what it means to me to realize this dream I've had for as long as I can remember. I am so grateful to every single person who has had a hand in my journey from the time I was 5 years old to now." 5 years old. He has been chasing this since he was 5 years old. And now he has it. Now let's zoom out and look at what this announcement means for the bigger picture, because the Jesse Love signing is not just a Wood Brothers story. It is the first major domino of the 2027 silly season to fully land. We have known for a week that Josh Berry was out. We covered that story here on the spotter, minus the one day. Notice the sun. Came up today, quote, "The uncertainty about his future, with Love confirmed that chapter closes. But several others are still wide open. Love is leaving Richard Childress Racing's O'Reilly program. That leaves RCR with some reshuffling to do minus on top of the enormous upheaval already caused by the loss of Kyle Busch. Austin Hill is finishing the 2026 season in the No. 33 Cup car. What happens to that seat for 2027 is still unknown. Corey Heim has been confirmed at 23XE Racing, replacing Riley. Herbst. That means Herbst is now also a free agent, and there are still significant open questions at multiple other organizations. The silly season chessboard has lost one of its most important pieces, minus the Wood Brothers seat is now settled. But there are still several moves left to make before 2027 takes shape. Watch for the RCR announcement as the next major domino, and watch for Josh Berry's name to surface somewhere. Because a driver with a Cup win and a Las Vegas Motor Speedway victory on his resume does not simply disappear from the garage. Here is what the spotter thinks. Wood Brothers Racing made the perfect call. Not just a good call. The perfect call. Jesse Love is the right age. He has the right accomplishments. He has the right temperament. Minus his quotes are grateful, focused, and completely free of the arrogance that can derail young talent before it fully develops. He has won championships in every series he has entered. He has experience switching manufacturers and organizations without losing momentum, and he is about to get the Penske Technical Alliance, Ford factory support, and the weight of 76 years of history behind him. Is there risk? Of course. The jump from the O'Reilly Series to Cup is the hardest step in NASCAR. Berry made the same jump and won in his first year, minus then struggled in year 2. Love will face the same learning curve. But here is the detail that the spotter keeps coming back to. The NASCAR spotter who knew about this signing before it was announced. He went on a podcast. He said, "I think everybody's going to love the new driver." And he laughed. Because even before the press release went out, the people who had seen Jesse Love up close already knew. This is the right driver, in the right seat, at the right time. So here is your question for the comments today. Does Jesse Love become the third 21-year-old to win the Daytona 500 for Wood Brothers Racing in 2027, 1992, 2011, 2027? Drop your prediction below. And if you followed the spotter's coverage on the Wood Brothers seat, minus from Berry's departure, to the candidates, to today's announcement, minus you already knew this was coming. Subscribe and hit the bell. The silly season is just getting started. The spotter sees everything. See you next time.